Hey everybody, welcome to week 6 recap in the books for cycle 2. We start with geography. Super stick in the sand, but a few different ways of introducing the material that hopefully will help register. So we reordered them from the European mountains, reordered them as the way that they're in the book so that it tends to fit better as you move across the map from left to right. So it starts with Pyrenees mountains, and so we went back and kind of like a remember when we did London, or when we did Ireland, England, Spain, and France. So when we learned about where's Portugal, Spain, and France, that was the Pyrenees mountains between those two. And then so we marched across, and we said it kind of looked like little footsteps. So we marched across the border of Spain and France, and that was the Pyrenees mountains. And then we went over here and drew an arc over the top and talked about how the Alps, and that went through Austria and Switzerland, or the Alps, and then we came and put Matterhorn, which instead of being last on the list, it was moved up there because it's right there where we already were. So Matterhorn, and we did Alps, Matterhorn, and then came across here and did the Carpathian Mountains. And so we used our hand and made the shape that they do to kind of help that visualization of how it circles around Romania. The Carpathian Mountains. We had the Caucasus. I had it totally right all day today. Caucasus Mountains, I think that's right. Caucasus Mountains, and how they were right there at the bottom. And so we marched across that way. We talked about the Black Sea kind of looking like a shoe, and it's kicking those mountains into the Caspian Sea. So the Black Sea, then we have the Caucasus Mountains into the Caspian Sea. So hopefully those will create some memory points to remember that the Caucasus Mountains between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. And then we came all the way up the Ural Mountains and how they went here, and they divided Europe from Asia. And then we did Show Me, Tell Me, and we had pointer sticks, so we kind of got to use our fingers and then show me this or tell me what is this. But hopefully those visual cues of walking across the border of Spain and France for Pyrenees, and then we went up and over through Switzerland and Austria, Matterhorn, and then the Carpathian Mountains, how they looped around the Caucasus Mountains from getting kicked to the Black Sea over to the Caspian Sea, and then the Ural Mountains dividing Europe and Asia. So that was geography. For English, we did another kind of rap thing. This one was possessive pronouns, possessive pronouns, possessive pronouns. Here we go. We have mine, yours, his, hers, it's, ours, yours, theirs. We got mine, yours, his, hers, it's, ours, yours, their. That's possessive pronouns. For multiplication tables, we said them in accents. So we did like a Cockney English accent for the 11s. And then for the 12s, we did Batman. So the 12 times tables as Batman. And then we did different push-ups or sit-ups and things like that or not sit-ups, wall planks and wall sits and things like that to get our bodies moving for multiplication tables. We repeated what we did last week for the first conjugation future tense. Bo, bis, bit, and we were riding a horse like bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitus, bunt. And then we said future tense, and we made the phone call as if we were in the time portal. How do animals react to environmental change? And so I have older kids, so I asked them, what does adapt mean? What does it mean to adapt? And they said it means to change. And we thought of transformers, and so we kind of set up as if we were transforming into something different. So for adapt, and then migrate, we talked about birds and butterflies and things that fly migrating. And so we flew, and then hibernate, and we fell asleep for hibernating. For our sign language for our timeline this week, the signs to help you remember, India's Mauryan Empire, which is known for roads. India's Mauryan Empire. And then we have Mayans of Mesoamerica. And I showed them the timeline card that has the picture of that kind of flat top pyramid. The Punic Wars. So we made a Punic Wars. And then Rome conquers Greece. and we use that timeline where we make the G and we come down like the helmet. And then we have Roman dictator Julius Caesar. So we salute and J, Julius Caesar. And then Caesar Augustus. We make an A and come from our shoulder to our hip, making a sash. Caesar Augustus and the Pax Romana. So we're changing. Pax Romana. And then we have John the Baptist. And then of course everybody sings Jesus the Messiah, because we can't help but sing it every time. Believe that's, and the gestures that go with the Renaissance, during the Renaissance. So the hand motions that we did were during the Renaissance. It's kind of like a re-emergence. During the Renaissance period from 1350 to 1600, Leonardo da Vinci was a famous inventor, so we're tinkering with something. Shakespeare was a famous playwright. Michelangelo was a famous artist for painting, and Copernicus was a famous scientist. And then I had the names written in red, and then their professions, what they were known for, written in green. And so we did it once and erased the names, and then we did it the second time and had the names and their professions erased. So we had to remember, fill in the blank for what our words were as we sang along. That is the new grammar for week 6, cycle 2. We had a really cool time in hands-on science talking about Venus's thick atmosphere and made from sulfuric acid cloud. Yeah. And then we talked about cover up and eclipse and how why the moon, even though it's about the same size roughly as Mercury, but we can't get an eclipse from Mercury because it's so far away in relation to the sun, versus where the moon is so close up that it's able to block out the light from the sun because it's close to us. And for fine arts, they had a great time finishing their final project. And then for review, we had several fun games that we did today. And we hope you have a wonderful week at your homeschool. And if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.